Alright, so here we are, guys. I pretty much got the Tractor Supply greenhouses versus the Amazon greenhouses figured out. These are both Tractor Supply greenhouses. They are these 6 by 8 foot greenhouses that they sell at Tractor Supply this year. And they are much better than the Amazon ones. When I went to go buy a second one, I tried the Amazon one at first, and the poles were about as big around as my pinky. So I returned the Amazon one, got my $100 back. It was a quick tent to be specific, and I went ahead and I went and got a second Tractor Supply greenhouse. And now, mind you, I am 6'1", and when I got this thing and put it on the ground, I couldn't fit in it. So I couldn't walk through the door. My shoulders are still where the door ends, above that. So it's not very tall in here. Maybe they can make the poles just a little bit longer or something. But they do have the added flaps on the bottom that you're supposed to weigh the cover down with, I believe. And if you do put some sort of foundation down, those will hang down far enough everywhere but the front and the back. And another thing I wanted to talk to you about while I'm here is I Gorilla Taped these joints together. When I was assembling it the second time, I did it right away. The first one I moved around a couple times, and once I figured out how I wanted the foundation, I put it up again a third time. So what I want to talk about now is how to build this foundation for one. What I've got here are 6 of these 8 by 8 by 8 cinder blocks, and I've got one in the middle, 4 feet, and then one at 8 feet, and they are actually 100 inches from outside edge cinder block to outside edge cinder block. They are 100 inches apart, a long way, and they are 80 inches apart from outside edge of the cinder block to outside edge of the cinder block. They are 80 inches apart the short way. So I've got 1, 2, 3 under there, and I slid a 4x4 post through the middle one first and then fed it through the 2 end ones. And then I drilled holes at each cinder block in the 3 locations. Once I got the legs on and I had it sitting where I wanted it and it was square. And then you have to put these side poles on after, otherwise your drill won't be able to hammer in these screws. And then around back I've got 4 cinder blocks covering up the back. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 again with Tapcon screws. You just drill the holes in the cinder block with a drill bit that are right there in the aisle. They're usually hanging by the screws. You get the right size drill bit, you drill through it, there's nothing to it, and then you use your other drill and you screw the screws in. It didn't take me no more than pre-drilling wood, so that's what I did in here. And then for the front, I've got a cinder block going the other way, another 8 by 8 by 8, and another one going the other way, and put a post through that up front. And that gives me some more clearance, and it also covers up the bottom from the birds and the rabbits, because the doves come in here and sit on your trays. I've got 19 fruit trees in here at the moment. I've got 4 more that I'm going to plant. That'll make 19, so there'll be 4 more pots here. They're over in the corner. So I've got 19 trees in here. That's what's there. I had them going down the edge too in the other greenhouse, so I can probably fit 2 rows down the edge here. That's another about 8 trees. I can fit 7 or 6 comfortably. So I can fit, 25 trees in here. I've got some little ones growing down there. I've got a weeping birch here. Got a weeping willow here. And then, so you know, I can fit, and these are 3-gallon pots with about 5 fruit trees. And then if you go over here, this one's empty still, but I've got more trees coming. They were over here, and I've moved them to where they get more sun. But I've got some trees growing in here, and I've got sunflowers coming up, as you can see. And the other one, it's much hotter, but I've got a lousy indoor-outdoor thermometer that was $10, and it reads 54 degrees outside and 91 degrees inside. It could be 91 in here. I mean, it's so far it's felt kind of accurate. Sometimes it seems a little exaggerated with the indoor temp. Got sunflowers and peppers, and down here some more trees. But I'm going to put another 25 trees between the 2 greenhouses that I've got up now. I plan on getting another 25 between the 2 of them. So I'm probably going to put another 20 in here. And actually, I'm sorry, 20. I've got plan on getting another 28 trees or so. So I should be able to get them between the greenhouses just fine with another 5 small trees that I'm getting. And that'll be that for this year. I've got my raised flower beds out here. These are the cedar ones that are at Tractor Supply. And they assembled this one wrong, so I took the end apart again and fixed it. But they're pretty sturdy. They're put together with screws. They're not hard to assemble, and they're tongue and groove. They take 4 2-foot cubic bags of raised bed mix. But anyhow, they are much stronger than the Amazon ones. These pipes here are like pretty big. They're they're good. The ones on Amazon were about the size of my pinky compared to that. Really, honestly, they were the size of my pinky when I ordered a Quick 10 on Amazon, and these are just much better compared. So I just wanted to show you how I wound up doing that. It does raise it up, of course, 8 inches for me, so that's really nice for anybody, really. This door is really only about 5 feet high, you know. So this is what they look like. That's how big they are inside. That's how good they are. They are made in Cambodia. They are not Chinese. They're Cambodian. But they are pretty well made, I'd say. And it was pretty windy yesterday. It didn't budge. And I would say it would tolerate quite a bit some snow if you were to screw it down like I did. Because after I put this foundation in, is when I realized really how durable and strong these things are. I'm pulling on this, it won't come down. So screw them in, that's your best bet, and they'll be really good. Alright, so anyhow, this is a greenhouse tour. They have little windows in them on both ends. Could put probably 2 48-inch shelves in here, maybe. Another little window. Here's your shelf. The shelf really adds a lot of structural support when that's screwed down too. The second I screwed that shelf in, it was really sturdy. Really, really sturdy after that. Not that it wasn't sturdy with just the blocks they're sitting on. Alright, hope this helps.